Whenever I'm walking in a storm, fairly quickly I instinctively turn my back and I still go in the same direction, but part of my journeying as well as looking ahead is actually looking back. If I only look ahead, the rain ends up really hurting my face. I think wisdom when walking in a storm involves, yes, looking forwards, but lots of looking back. And I think for us as a world, actually, as we are in an unprecedented storm in many ways, it's vital, as well as looking forward and trying to predict what's going to happen, that the way that we make sense of our journey is by looking back. The way that we take comfort in our journey is by looking back. And how do we look back? Well, the greatest way that we look back is actually through story. The great stories that we have been given for hundreds or even thousands of years that demonstrate crisis and storms are, in a sense, nothing new. It gives us tremendous power and strength to metaphorically turn our back on the storm for a while as we journey on by diving into stories like never before. It's fascinating that we as a family, the Shaw family, when we knew we were in lockdown in San Francisco for the next few weeks or even months, the first thing we instinctively did every night was we started to listen to the great stories of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, and the kind of scary moment became a sacred moment. And even C.S. Lewis, he himself as a Christian, he knew the power of story within storms like no other. And he himself, particularly like myself and many others, prized even above his own stories, the great stories of the great book, which is the Bible. And so we as a Sanctuary Church community are going to be doing that amidst this stormy season as we journey on and we look ahead and we try and predict the next few weeks. We're going to be deliberately turning up our collar and metaphorically walking backwards by diving into the great stories of difficulty and trial and storm that you see throughout the scripture. These are going to be a time where we really savor the storm stories of the Bible. Times of persecution, times of famine, times of drought, times of shipwreck, you name it. Because what happens is, as you meditate over these stories and as we discuss them as a community and imagine them and reimagine them, they start to live and they start to, again and again, give us wisdom about how we live in our current storm and comfort as we endeavor to walk away from anxiety and panic. There's nothing like them. The great stories of our book change us. Come and join us on Sundays from this coming Sunday, either on our Zoom call or on the recorded Zoom afterwards. We'd love to have you with us as we look at some of the great storm stories of the Bible.